This video is a collaborative effort of professionals who are part of the Passaic County Multidisciplinary Team and are working in the field of child maltreatment. This informational video is designed to assist you in reporting situations where there is a reasonable suspicion that a child may have been abused. The Passaic County Multidisciplinary Team is committed to ensuring that children throughout our region have the best possible response to abuse and neglect. This is a general overview, and you can contact the Passaic County Multidisciplinary Team for more specific information. Passaic County has developed a set of specific guidelines, do's and don'ts for you to follow whenever there is a reasonable suspicion that a child may have been abused.
Child sexual abuse disclosure do's. 1. Do contact DYFS immediately, always and without exception. DYFS's abuse hotline is 877-652-2873. 2. Do immediately contact the Passaic County Child Advocacy Center in appropriate cases consistent with your school district protocol or your agency's protocol at 973-837-7680.
Hello, I'm Dr. Albert Sands. I'm the Medical Director of Ambulatory Pediatrics at St. Joseph's Children's Hospital in Paterson, New Jersey. For many years, I've been involved in the evaluation of abused children. Today, I'd like to make some important points that you need to keep in mind, certain critical points that are important in the overall evaluation of these children. First and foremost, you must report abuse immediately. It is so crucial that the medical professionals who will be involved in the actual evaluation see the child as rapidly as possible. Some of the findings may be gone within hours at times. And so again, it's crucial that this report be made as quickly as possible to the responsible authorities. Second, never take matters into your own hands. Remember, there are trained professionals whose job it is to properly assess the situation, interview the child, and make whatever medical assessments are necessary. So again, your role, your most crucial role, is to make that immediate abuse report.
Hi, I'm Dr. David Croning, Chief of the Child Protection and Safety Center in Paterson, New Jersey. If you suspect physical abuse or sexual abuse in a child, or any form of abuse, it's critical that you report that case as soon as possible to the proper authorities. Once it's reported, I can then begin the proper medical assessment that may be necessary to evaluate and treat that patient.
3. Do comfort and reassure the child, if appropriate, that the child was correct to disclose the abuse.
Hi, I'm Dr. Anthony Dorso, Supervising Psychologist of the Audrey Hepburn Children's House at Hackensack University Medical Center. At the Children's House, we are a regional child abuse diagnostic and treatment center. We provide for the medical and mental health needs of kids who are abused and neglected. When a child discloses abuse, many emotional factors occur. Sometimes children feel shameful or guilty over their behavior. At other times, kids feel they are responsible for things that will happen in their family. Additionally, kids experience many emotional factors that contribute to the way they tell about the abuse. It is important for the professional who hears the first disclosure to reassure the child, comfort them, and tell them that their response was okay and it was important to tell to both protect themselves and other children.
4. Do make notes or otherwise memorialize the exact words the child used to disclose the abuse or gave rise to a reasonable suspicion of abuse, including the child's emotional behavior or demeanor. 5. Do be prepared to provide all readily available information concerning the child's family background, nature of abuse, and context of disclosure or reasonable suspicion. Do not delay reporting if such information is not readily available. Hello, my name is Giselle Henriquez. I am the Passaic County Multidisciplinary Team Coordinator as well as Bilingual Child Interview Specialist. I work out of the Passaic County Child Advocacy Center. When a child discloses abuse, it is important for you to write down exactly what the child has said. The exact words of the child can help detectives in better understanding how the allegation came about so they can conduct a more thorough investigation. When reporting abuse to DYFS, it is important that you provide all available information about that child, such as the birth date, home address, and parents' contact information. Child sexual abuse disclosure don'ts. 1. Do not attempt to interview the child or investigate the allegation to determine its validity. Allow the child to explain. However, do not conduct an inquiry into the circumstances of the abuse. If it is a disclosure which gives rise to a reasonable suspicion, the task of interviewing the child is for the appropriate investigating agency.
Hello, I'm Joe Del Russo. I am the Chief Assistant Prosecutor for the Passaic County Prosecutor's Special Victims Unit. The Special Victims Unit investigates all allegations of abuse or neglect upon children within Passaic County. Let me start by addressing what is perhaps the most critical message of this informational video, and that is never screen the information that you receive. Don't even begin a limited investigation. Your role is to take that information and simply forward it to the authorities. When you have a reasonable suspicion of abuse or neglect, the natural inclination is to want to find out more. It's important that you don't do that. Leave the task of interviewing the child, finding out more about what happened, to the trained team of professionals within Passaic County.
2. Do not contact the parent or caretaker until discussing the issue with DYFS or the prosecutor's office.
We must remember, however, that child abuse, by definition, involves children who are exploited by the very people who are supposed to care for them. So leave it up to the Division of Youth and Family Services or the county prosecutor to make decisions about how and under what circumstances the caregivers are to be contacted. These very people could be suspects.
3. Do not usher the child to other adults within the school to repeat the disclosure. For example, do not bring the child to the principal, school nurse, school psychologist, or other person to repeat the disclosure. You may, however, report the disclosure to superiors, but such reporting shall follow your immediate duty to contact DYFS.
As you heard from Dr. Durso earlier in this video, children have a variety of emotional responses to child abuse. The mere act of disclosing can be an emotional event for a child. Therefore, you should not usher that child to other persons within your organization. For example, teachers. Do not usher the child over to the principal's office or take that child to the school nurse or anyone else to have them repeat the disclosure. If the child's statement was clear on its face, then it's important that you call DYFS right away. Otherwise, the child may get the message that they're not believed, or perhaps even worse.
4. Do not inform the alleged offender of the accusation or the identity of the complaining or implicated child, regardless of your personal feelings about his or her guilt. Child abuse can be committed by anyone, contact DIFUS or the Passaic County Prosecutor's Office Special Victims Unit for advice on dealing with the offender if he is within the school. Do not confront the alleged offender. 5. Do not overreact, be judgmental, become emotional or angry about anyone, including the suspect, in the presence of the child.
Lastly, and perhaps the most difficult thing to do when you are confronted with a child who may have been abused or neglected, is to not overreact, not be judgmental. Try to minimize your reaction to that child's statement. Children pick up messages in a variety of ways. Sometimes it's not what we say, but how we say it. Sometimes it's our body language. So be mindful of how we respond to that child's disclosure. It can make a world of difference.